All right, today we're diving into a novel that hits you with a pretty deep and honestly kind of an unsettling question about how we spend our time. We're talking about Dino Buzzati's masterpiece, The Tartar Steppe. This book is just this incredible meditation on time, on purpose, and maybe most importantly, the danger of spending your whole life waiting for something that just might never show up. So let's jump right in.
And this is really it. This is the whole idea in just 4 words. A life spent waiting. I mean, it's simple, right? But it's so haunting. This is the absolute core of the story. This is the theme that just rings through every single page, right from the start to the very end. It sets this really thoughtful, kind of heavy mood for everything we're about to explore. Okay, so who's at the center of all this? Let's meet our hero, as he's just starting out on his first big assignment, what he thinks is his call to adventure. So our protagonist is this young lieutenant, Giovanni Drogo. He's the main character in Dino Buzzati's classic 1940 novel, Il deserto dei Tartari. That's Italian for The Tartar Steppe. In this book, it's a big deal. Le Monde even named it one of the 100 books of the century. So Drogo gets his very first posting, and it's to this place called Fortezza Bastiani, which is basically this super remote, isolated outpost on the border of nowhere. And right away, you see this huge disconnect between Drogo's dream and the reality he walks into. You know, he's imagining this life of military glory, right? Epic battles, a real sense of purpose. But what he gets at the fortress is, well, the exact opposite. We're talking soul-crushing monotony, this heavy, deadening stillness, and just a profound sense of emptiness. So let's talk about this fortress, because it's way more than just a building. It's this whole world built on routine and, well, waiting. So what's life actually like at this fort? Well, it's the same thing day in and day out. Just endless, monotonous military routines. You've got guys on watch, staring out over this totally barren desert for hours and hours. And who are they watching for? An enemy they call the Tartari. But here's the thing. The Tartari are basically a ghost story, more of a legend than a real threat. So everyone is just stuck in this state of empty expectation, just waiting and waiting for something big to happen, but it never does. Now this is absolutely the key moment in the whole story. Drogo actually gets chances to leave. He could get a transfer, go back to the city, see his family, live a normal life. But he doesn't. He makes a choice. He chooses to stay because he's become completely convinced that glory is just around the corner and it's going to be worth the wait. And that one decision, it seals his fate. It's where we start to see how a life just slips away. And the price he pays is absolutely devastating. This timeline just lays it all out, and it's heartbreaking. Look at this. Year 1, he shows up young, full of hope. Just a few years later, in year 4, he makes that big choice to stay. Fast forward to year 15, and the inertia has totally taken over. His old life, his friends back home, they're like a distant memory, almost unreal. And then 30-plus years go by. He's an old man, not a veteran of some great war, but a veteran of waiting. And his youth is just gone. So you really start to get it, right? Fortezza Bastiani isn't just some fort on a map. It's a symbol. It's a prison, but a weird one. A prison built out of hope and illusion. It's this place where people willingly chain themselves to the idea of a glorious event that, let's be honest, might never, ever come. And then comes the final, brutal twist, the ultimate irony. After his entire life spent waiting, an enemy actually appears. A real threat is on the horizon. This is it, the moment he gave up everything for. But Drogo, he's old now. He's sick. He's frail. And he gets sent away, discharged, totally unable to be a part of the one battle he spent his whole life waiting to fight. It's just devastating. Drogo's story is obviously tragic, but the reason it's so powerful, the reason it sticks with you, is because it's like a mirror. It says so much about our own lives. So let's dig into the big themes that make this book so haunting. Okay, first up, and this is the big one, the passage of time. The book isn't really about time as something you have, it's about time as something that's constantly slipping away from you. It's this incredible look at how easily the years can just vanish, you know? While you're busy looking ahead, waiting for the future, the present moment and all its chances just sort of dissolve. Then there's this whole idea of waiting and expectation. It's kind of funny, right? We think of hope as this great thing, but for Drogo, hope becomes a trap.
His hope for that one big battle is what keeps him stuck. And it's such a powerful warning for all of us, isn't it? About how waiting for that perfect moment or your big break can stop you from actually, living the life that's happening right now.
And of course, there's the theme of isolation and just getting stuck, inertia. At the fortress, the daily routine, the total isolation, it all just slowly grinds down everyone's ambitions. It's a brilliant picture of how comfort and routine, things we usually think are good, can actually become their own kind of prison, quietly telling you to just stay put, to not do anything.
And really, all of this leads to the search for purpose. I mean, once you strip away all of Drogo's dreams of glory, what's left? He's faced with this huge, crushing question. What was my life for? And that's a question the book throws right back at us, challenging us to really think hard about what truly matters, beyond the illusions we might be chasing. So, if we boil it all down, you've got these 4 core ideas all tangled up together. You've got time being stolen from you without you even noticing. You've got the way expectation can just paralyze you, the way routine can become a trap, and that big universal question, what's my real purpose here? So, the book's been around for over 80 years. Why does this quiet, kind of sad story still hit so hard? Well, it's because it's a timeless warning. I mean, there's no question. The Tartar Steppe is considered Buzzati's masterpiece. It's a huge deal in 20th century Italian fiction. And because of its deep existential vibe, people often compare it to giants like Kafka or Beckett. And that's because it's not some action-packed story, right? Its power is in the quiet. It's in the heavy weight of a life that's defined, tragically, not by what happened, but by everything that didn't. And that's where the book leaves us. It ends by turning the tables and asking us a question that jumps right off the page and into our own lives. It's simple, it's direct, and, yeah, it's a little unsettling. It's the question that defines Drogo's whole life, and it asks us, what are you waiting for?